What are you doing in Haven? There's nothing for you here. What do you want? Who? Perhaps revered Father Eirik will know of whom you speak. Unfortunately, he's ministering to the villagers at the moment and cannot be disturbed.
Revered father? I've never heard of this.
It's always been thus in Haven. We do not question tradition. Our ways are not the ways of the lowland cities. Ask and be on your way. Haven's always been here. My family knows no other home. Father Eirik is our spiritual leader and guide.
A revered father, huh? That's new. I wonder what this means.
It's always been thus in Haven. We do not question tradition. The urn is nothing but a legend. We do not appreciate lowlanders looking about our home as though it was some sort of zoo. It's always been thus in Haven. We do not question tradition. You may trade for supplies at the shop if you wish. Then I suggest you and your companions leave.
Did it just get a lot colder, or is it just me?
I have done it. The task is finished.
Come, Bonnie Lynn. Tell us where you've been. Were you up, were you down? Chasing rabbits round the town. Come, Bonnie Lynn. Tell us where you've been. Come, Bonnie Lynn.
There we go.
Who are you? You're not from Haven. We don't get very many visitors. How would you describe the place you know only as home? I don't have much, but I suppose you can take a look. What are you doing? That's private! No! You just don't listen, do you?
Yes, it will be done. I am done. Success! Enemies ahead! Of course. This is a waste of time!
We are not alone. Really not alone.
As you said. I will not falter! As you say. Yes. Enemies ahead!
Detecting danger.
Very well.
It is done.
As you say. Now you see true power. Yes.
Sounds like they are singing the chant in there. Maybe we should have a look.
We are blessed beyond measure. We are chosen by the holy and beloved to be her guardians. This sacred duty is given to us alone. Rejoice, my brethren, and prepare your hearts to receive her. Lift up your voices and despair not, for she will raise her faithful servants to glory when her... Ah, welcome. I heard we had a visitor wandering about the village. I trust you've enjoyed your time in Haven so far? This, my brothers, is what happens when you let an outsider into the village. They have no respect for our privacy. He will tell others of us if we let him. Word will spread, and then what? You, stranger, do not understand our ways. You would bring war to Haven in your ignorance. We don't owe you any explanations for our actions. We have a sacred duty. Failure to protect her would be a greater sin. All will be forgiven.
More foes approach! This will not end well for you! Foolish!
Make a preserve us.
Yes. I have done it.
Who are you? They sent you to finish it. You're not one of them, thank the Maker. So it seems. They take great pains to keep it well hidden. The leg's not doing so well, and I can't feel my foot.
I can set the leg and ease some of the pain, but he'll need a lot of rest in order to heal.
I don't have time to rest now. I'm so close. The urn is just up that mountain. My research led me to Haven, and I have heard the villagers talking. I know the urn is here. Haven lies in the shadow of the mountain that holds the urn. There is an old temple there built to protect it. The door is always locked, but I know what the key is. Iric wears a medallion that opens the temple door. I've seen what he does with it. Yes, that is your key. Take me to the mountainside, and I will show you. All right. What is on your mind? Yes, of course. How could I forget? Eirik said they were ambushed, some killed, a few brought back to Haven to be questioned. He was so self-righteous about it, so smug. He seemed pleased that he had tortured and murdered these men. Good. Eirik and his fellows were a blemish in the Maker's sight. If the Maker would even deign to look upon this world, that is. Let's just talk about something else now, shall we? Well, it wasn't exactly what I expected it to be. I do not know. When the Chantry was established, it was decided that only female priests would ever be ordained. It is possible that the villagers, the disciples of Andraste, predate the Chantry and so have no knowledge of the Chantry's rules. They call themselves the disciples of Andraste, and they are very, very devoted. One could say fanatically so. They must be here to protect the urn, but they speak of Andraste as though she was still alive. I thought so at first, but I'm not so sure anymore. Was there something else you wanted to discuss? They seemed intent on finding out personal information about me, where I grew up, things like that. How do you know? An imposter? What happened to the real Waylon? Oh, poor Waylon. I should never have dragged you into this. Maker take you into his hands, my boy. He believed in me, even when I lost faith in myself. I will honor his memory. Was there something else you wanted to say? All right. What is on your mind? Cure Arl Eamon. Is the Arl sick? What happened? Loghain? Why? Oh, I have been so occupied with the urn. I've missed so much. I certainly hope the ashes will save him. The legends speak of their miraculous powers. There are many stories of pilgrims being healed, the blind seeing, and the lame dancing in joy. Perhaps it is Andraste that does this. Perhaps it is belief itself. By believing the ashes are magical, you make them so. Anyway, that can be discussed once we actually have the ashes, and the Arl is better. So run along and get that medallion, then. Yes, that is your key. Take me to the mountainside, and I will show you. Ah, good. Help me up here. I'll try not to slow us down. Here we are. Give me the medallion, and let's see if I remember. Yes, you see, it can be manipulated, just like this. And there, a key to open the way. Now, where does this go? To have seen this hall in all its splendor, as it was meant to be. Still, sweep away the ice and the snow, and traces of beauty remain. I'm sorry, what? I was a little distracted, I apologize. These carvings were created just after Andraste's death, and they may reveal things about her life that we do not yet know. I think I need more time to study these statues and carvings. I could not keep up with you with my injuries. I should be safe. I don't think there are any villagers here. Go. I will be all right. Perhaps my destiny was only to lead you to the urn. It was designed to protect the urn from those who would steal it or do harm to it, namely the Tevinter Imperium. I'm not sure. The legends were never very specific on that point. Only the faithful shall lay eyes on the sacred ashes. Death and misfortune await the unbeliever. The Maker's gaze has fallen on Andraste's final resting place. He weeps for his beloved, and his wrath at her betrayers endures. That is what the legend says, and the Maker may indeed watch this place. Read between the lines, however, and you'll understand that it is merely a simple truth draped in hyperbole and metaphor. After all, no one wants to hear Willie toiled for many a year to perfect the curious mechanisms that would send a sharpened spike up the arse of the unwary intruder. I think my decision to stay here was the best one, don't you? I'll be right here if you need me. Now I need something to write on.
Very well. Yes. It will. Let us end this quickly. As you say, of course. This will not end well for you. Very well. Yes, of course. You should have fled. All right. As you say. Enemies ahead! Yes. Die quickly! You asked for it! Very well. As you say. What is that? A trap? Yes. You have forced my hand! As you say, very well. I will not falter! Very well. Of course. As you say. Yes. As you say. More foes approach! You will pay back! Very well. task is finished.
Why are we always attracting danger?
As you say. Of course. I am done. There we go. The task is finished. I have done it. Yes, so shall it be. Very well. Of course.
Let's make this quick!
More foes approach! It is some kind of trap. What is that? A trap? It is some kind of trap. Yes. Very well.
Just die already!
Very well. Of course.
Let's end this!
As you say. Enemies ahead! Of course, as you say. Very well. It will be done. Yes. Another foe slain! More foes approach! As you say. Very well. It will be done. What is that? A trap? Of course.
Dead, right?
There we go. Hey, watch it! Flee while you can! Die already! I will not falter! As you say.
Husband and her betrayer.
We will need to fight shortly. Very well.
Be careful!
Of course.
All right, let's go!
As you say. Of course. It cannot be done. beaten one! Of course. There is no hope for you now! So shall it be! I will not falter! It will be done. What is that? A trap?
Here comes trouble!
Yes, it will. Of course.
We are attacked.
Really not alone.
Yes. I knew we could not lose.
Yes!
It is some kind of trap. Of course. As you said. What is that? A trap?
Be very, very quiet.
It will be done. Success! I have done it. Very well. As you say. As you say. Will be done. Yes. Yes. Ah, we've done well. Enemies ahead! This will not end well for you! Yes, as you say.
We seem to be heading up. Yes, I think these caverns are going up to the surface.
Enemies ahead! It is some kind of trap. What is that? A trap? It will be done. Very well. Is that it? You dare! I will not falter! Now you see true power. As you say. Very well. As you say. You are.
Yes.
Of course. Very well. Yes.
Is this the part where we get eaten?
Yes. You want to die, do you? Now you fall! It is some kind of trap. Of course, it will be done. Clumsy! Foolish!
Enough!
Got him.
I am done. course. What do you say?
Stop! You will go no further! You have defiled our temple. You have spilled the blood of the faithful and slaughtered our young. No more! You will tell me now, intruder, why you have done all this. Why have you come here? You are so driven by greed that you would kill any that stand in your way. Well, it stops now. Kill us, and you will face Andraste. She will smell our blood, and the blood of her children on you, and her wrath will be great. She is so much more! She is even more glorious than all the old gods combined. The prophet Andraste has overcome death itself, and has returned to her faithful in a form more radiant than you can imagine. Not even the Tevinter Imperium could hope to slay her now. What hope do you have? Would an apology bring back the dead, or clean the blood from these walls? What could you do to... But perhaps there is a way to make up for your recent transgressions. It may be because I believe in second chances. All of us stumble through the darkness before being found and shown the light. Perhaps, through Andraste's mercy, her greatest enemy will become her greatest champion. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Father Kolgrim. I lead the disciples of Andraste. Atop this mountain lie the remains of the mortal Andraste. The urn is watched by an immortal guardian. He is trapped in the past and refuses to accept the risen Andraste. Now the ashes prevent Holy Andraste from fully realizing her new form. They are a remnant of her past incarnation, and she cannot move on as long as they exist. The Holy Andraste wishes us to reclaim her ashes for her, but the Guardian has always stopped us. The task is simple. I give you a vial of the Holy Andraste's blood, and you empty the vial into the ashes. Whatever magic was held in the ashes will be undone, and our great lady will be freed from the shackles of her past life!
I don't know if I like the idea of us helping this Kolgrim.
Once that is done, you will have earned your place as our honored brother. There is a great power contained in blood. Through Andraste's guidance, we have learned to harness it. It can be yours, in exchange for a trivial task. A vial of blood emptied into the urn. That is all I ask. By the chantry that was established by those that murdered the first Andraste, why should you care what they forbid?
How can you say that? The Chantry offers guidance to so many.
Your chantry does not know the Maker better than any other man, woman, or child. It only pretends to. Then we cannot allow you to leave here. To arms, my brethren! Andraste will grant us victory!
More foes approach!